I set out to become the ultimate Jiu-Jitsu black belt. After getting pummeled by the gym leader at Next Edge Academy, we continue along our route with an 8-hour drive to Missoula, Montana. The gym leader here at Traphouse Jiu-Jitsu is a super technical brown belt. However, before we get the chance to fight him, I have 2 aggressive opponents to work my way around. First up is a destructive blue belt named Corey. I start playing open guard and look to control a wrist grip in order to start up my game. In the midst of hand fighting, Corey drops back onto an ankle and nearly sends my foot to the shadow realm within only 10 seconds of the match starting. I luckily caught him at the start of the attack and sprung up, peeling his legs off my hip before I get my leg broken. He then tries to transition into a heel hook, but I free my knee by turning out, and then he'll start to attack a calf slicer. With only a minute under our belt so far, Corey has already played 3 submissions and followed up with a sweep coming up into a body lock. If the match continues like this, I might as well drive back to North Carolina and hand Gabriel back my blue belt. While I'm busy feeling bad about myself, Corey was taking his time, abusing my ribs and plotting for his next attack. He takes a risk and tries to hop over my top leg, but relieves a little too much pressure and allows me to recenter myself. Being stuck in a very uncomfortable spot this whole round, I start to examine what my options are. I notice that I have a butterfly hook and an underhook on the left side, meaning if I can just control his left arm from posting, I might be able to take him over with a butterfly sweep. I'm at the point where it's now or never, and I grab what I can and lift Corey high above my head, toppling him over and coming back on top. While I'm in my personal favorite passing position of headquarters, Corey has an interesting grip with his arm looped around my calf, and it'll take the next minute to make this the most gruesome position ever as he wrenches on my knee. I'm able to withstand the pain, but I unfortunately allow Corey to strip my leg through, exposing my heel. I turn away and push his leg off to free my knee and keep myself safe from heel hooks. He follows me down to guard, but I rise up to my feet and get ready to do some more manly shit other than butt scooting. We both start off trying to find a forearm, but I end up locking onto an overhook, and this turned out to be a pretty bad idea as Corey drags me around with his newly found free underhook. He'll then lock onto a tight waist and drags me down to my back. As soon as we hit the ground, I'm immediately pushing his hooks off and creating space between my hips. I insert my knee, putting Corey into single leg X, and try to return the footlock attack. He'll easily avoid it, breaking my heart, but he finds himself in the sights of my deadliest attack. I call this move the Sunsetter Triangle. Corey proves that it's going to take a lot more than a fancy move to make him tap. However, things start to look pretty grim as he stands up and I'm able to expose his shoulder and sink the triangle in even deeper. Not many people that I've rolled with have been able to withstand my triangle once it's gotten to this point. Upside down with a leg on my shoulder, I'm thinking it's a done deal. However, Corey has that dog in him and I can start to feel my legs fatigue at a concerning rate. Understanding that I need to cut things off quick, I switch to one of my other signature techniques, the body lock triangle. I switch my underhook off his leg and throw it under his far hip. From here, I gable grip my hands and condense my entire body, finally finding the tap. We start back up and I look to attack one of my favorite takedowns, the arm drag single leg. Corey did a good job at predicting my movement and pommels his foot away from me as I shoot in. Considering I just depleted the hell out of my legs, I decide to stay in open guard. He then jumps into the middle of my guard, diving for a knee cut, but I stop him using reverse De La Hiva. Corey finds his next opportunity in the form of a knee bar, but leaves his foot open, and in the transition I wrench on a toe hold, forcing him to turn out. We end up in a leg lock shootout, but knowing that I'm in the superior position of saddle, Corey stands up to get out of danger. And due to my pretty trash leg locking abilities, I basically just let him. As he looks to pass my guard, he takes a high cross step and I try to enter right back into saddle. However, he has a different idea. Corey comes back down, but having no idea how to attack both of his legs at once, I hesitate for a second too long and Corey strips his leg through and rips at my ankle. We reset and look to lock up. However, notice how I'm kind of lazily standing there, and when Corey puts his hands on me, he drops all of his weight directly onto my neck, forcing me to stumble forward. He tries to capitalize on this by sitting to butterfly, but I close my legs as soon as I realize what he's doing and prevent the sweep. Then it's my turn to throw some weight around. I try to let myself fall on the top of Corey's chest and drag my knees through his guard. He's able to create a little bit of space, but I settle into a really rough half guard with his back flat to the mat and my right leg stapling his left leg to the ground. I then gable grip under his back and start driving my weight into his chest. I'll attempt to peel his leg off and press forward, moving to a high half guard smash, but Corey uses this as an opportunity to get his feet back in front of him. Normally, it probably would have been better to pin the hips first, but with the unique pin that I have on his upper body, I can feel that I'll pass before he's able to re-guard. I switch to a Danaher style Toreando and force his hips away, allowing me to pass to knee on belly. As Corey is trying to frame away, I see an open armbar, but because I didn't have my elbow pinched to my rib, he sneaks his hand out and everything I just did was for nothing. As Corey wanders on the outside of my guard, I feel confident that I can prevent the pass. However, I soon realized that there were more threats than just a guard pass. I forgot to mention that Traphouse is full of savages that are hitting 9-minute rounds on a fucking Thursday afternoon. So we've had a lot of time. However, being down 2-1, I need a Hail Mary, and I find it using this attack. I send myself over his head and jump onto a Kimura. Corey once again proves himself to be an escape artist and wiggles his way out of the armbar. With literal seconds on the board, I grab the next limb I can see and crank on a heel hook to end the round. After an insane round with Corey, that's just a peek of what else Traphouse has to offer. In the next video, we'll take on Callan, another dangerous leg locking purple belt, to prepare us for the final gym leader before our destination in Seattle. Make sure to check out the description to enter the giveaway. We have less than 10 days left, so don't miss out. And if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button to help me in my journey becoming a Jiu-Jitsu black belt.